Today is FA Cup final day. We'll be taking on Leicester City at Wembley for the chance to lift the FA Cup for the third time in this series. And it's also step 2 of our potential treble winning season. We've won the league, we've got the FA Cup final today, and we've got the Champions League final coming up as well. So sit tight, guys. One game coming up today. We're focusing on the FA Cup final. What is going on, guys? My name is Adam, I am a Super Swan, and welcome to episode 110 of the Saving Swans series. We're going to focus on the FA Cup final today, but I thought I'd just, wrap up the season as far as the league goes. So we didn't quite get the 95 points to break the Premier League record. In fact, we had a point less than we did last season. We finished on 93 points. The reason being, we had the 2 games which we missed out on, which were the Spurs and Liverpool games. We beat Liverpool 5-1. Nathan Evans got 2 goals. Yomar and Altabama on the score sheet. But we did draw against Spurs 1-1. A win there and we would have equalled the Premier League record. But sadly, it wasn't to be. Fabio De Luca scoring our goal with Spurs equalising with a Ben Brereton. I'm sure that's how you say that name. A Ben Brereton equaliser. So we didn't quite get 95 points. But I think, to be honest, looking at the fixtures, we haven't lost a game in the league since, December? We just got an absolute unreal run since then. We've done alright in the league. So we have added to our Premier League title, but it is FA Cup final day game today against Leicester. And the team we're going to be putting forward is as follows. Timo Horn in goal, Johnson Boning, Ross Pugh and Nart at the back, Zachary Paul, Diego and De Luca, Noe Jose, advanced playmaker, Aradori and Girigori up front. Pretty much first choice when it comes to the FA Cup. Leicester are going very defensive, and this is a Leicester team that did get relegated this season from the Premier League. So really, the Premier League champions against a team that got relegated, it's got all the recipe for an upset. But hopefully we're going to put that to bed and do step 2 of our treble winning campaign. I'm going to throw out on encourage as 9 minutes in we get our first highlight. It's a goal kick from Leicester. Ross Pugh's going to pick that up. He's going to give it back to Timo Horn. Route 1 up the pitch. Diego to Noe Jose. Nice passing from Swansea. Girigori on the ball. Is going to feed an Aradori. No, he goes on his own. And it's over the bar. Nart on the ball now. A highlight straight away after. Fabio De Luca. He's going to try and switch the flanks to Johnson, which he does. He's going to find Girigori in the box. Squeeze it for Aradori. Over the bar again. We're threatening. We're putting in those dangerous balls. Leicester haven't even had a shot at all in this game yet. But they do win the ball back. They hoof it upfield. Thibault loses the ball to Zachary Paul. We're coming at them again. Aradori outside the area. Zachary Paul. Lovely 1-2. And Aradori makes it 1-0 to Swansea City. Some lovely passing there from the midfield. And Aradori is the man to finish the move off. It starts with Zachary Paul winning the ball, passes to Noe Jose, lays off to Aradori, Zachary Paul, lovely one-touch football, and Aradori is the man to finish it off. And we've made it 1-0 at Wembley, and we've got one hand on the FA Cup. Let's just not let the performance drop. Diego to De Luca. Is he going to find Nart making the run? No, goes in the middle. Aradori in the box again. Ooh, he's looking threatening. Aradori. He's a dangerous fellow. You don't want to mess with him in the box. Between him and Girigori, probably the best strike force in the Premier League. Not the best goal scorers though, because I tend to find that the top goal scorers like Harry Kane and the rest of them start every single game. But we've got 4 quality strikers at the club. Girigori, Aradori, Yomar and Nathan Evans all at the club. and Leicester equalise with their first shot on target. Let's not get too far ahead of ourselves, my friends. This is an FA Cup final. Anything can happen. A team that got relegated from the Premier League could very well win the FA Cup. There's a cross in, O'Reilly's unmarked, and it's a simple header for him to make it 1-1. And we need to strike back as quick as we can. Run, and the boys just instantly reply. Ross Pugh heads it up for Girigori, and it is 2-1. So there was a little bit of panic there for a while, but we got there in the end. De Luca whips it in, Ross Pugh finds Girigori, and whether or not Ross Pugh meant it as a pass or not doesn't really matter. And Girigori's on the post to make it 2-1. And going into half-time, we are looking good value for our lead. They've only had the one shot on target, which funnily enough is the goal they scored. Who would have thought? We're going to encourage the team. We're going to tell the guys that they've got what it takes. We're going to pump them up. As far as subs go, I am conscious we do have a Champions League final coming up in a week's time. So I don't want to get my best players injured. So we're going to bring off Diego for Pineda. You know, just one change. So Diego is fit for the final. I think he is eligible for the final. I don't think it was a 3-game ban. I think it was just the 1 game because he got 2 yellows in the first leg. So he should be okay for the Champions League final. But Mendy to McElhenney. Leicester on the ball. What are they going to do with it? Johnson intercepts. Pineda's just come on. No way Jose to De Luca. Is he going to find Aradori? He does. Nart there. Centres it for Zachary Paul with a long shot. It's another screamer from Zachary Paul. 11 long shots. 11. That De Luca has 19 long shots, but yet Zachary Paul is the man that pulls it out the bag. What an absolute screamer from Zachary Paul. What can you say? Leicester with the corner. Oh, and Zachary Paul's the one that clears it away. He's all over the place, Zachary Paul. What a signing he has been. We signed him for less than $1 million. Plucked him from Australia. And even when we plucked him out, he was like, oh my god, this guy's amazing. Nobody was signing him, and we looked at his stats. They was insane. And that was a good 4 or 5 years ago now. So Zachary Paul, the Aussie wonder kid, although I guess he's not a kid anymore. I think he's about 23 now. But Pineda finds Johnson. Zachary Paul again has another shot. Oh, Zachary Paul. I have not got him to shoot often, but he is doing the business from that Cariello position. But we'll make some subs again, you know, with the Champions League final coming up. We'll bring off Aradori. We'll bring Nathan Evans on for him. We'll do the usual, swap them over, make Girigori the complete forward. And we'll make one more sub. We'll bring on Altaboma for De Luca, because he can't play Mazzella, Altaboma, even though he's no way Jose's backup in a sense. But we are 3-1 up in the FA Cup final. We have looked dominant. There was that lapse in judgment with their shot on target, which is still their only shot on target that they've scored. But we have looked good value for our lead, and it does look like we are going to be adding another FA Cup to our trophy cabinet. Nathan Evans just come on. He's going to find Johnson. No, finds Pineda instead. Pineda finds Nart to Altaboma. Some good passing here from the boys. Nart. I thought he was going to whip it in. Pineda from distance. Evans, no way Jose's in the box. And play that music, because no way Jose has grabbed the 4th goal in the FA Cup final. Not that it wasn't already sealed at 3-1 with that Zachary Paul beast of a shot, but no way Jose has sealed the FA Cup for us. Nathan Evans with a pass, and it's a simple tap in from No Way Jose. And we are 4-1 up. in the FA Cup final. Oh, and he's picked up a knock. Pulled knee ligaments. Oh, that could be dangerous. Is he going to be out of the Champions League final? The cover star. Is he going to be out of the final? I hope not. But Alter can step in if need be. And we are waiting for the final whistle. There it is. And let's see that confetti. There we go. Step 2 of the treble completed. We have won the FA Cup with a 4-1 win at Wembley against Leicester. Overall, a very good performance from the boys. Everybody's happy with that. But how long is No Way Jose out for? Victorious Swansea celebrate famous treble. Although I guess they're counting the Super Cup in the treble. But it's not the real treble. We've still got time to do that. Swansea lift the FA Cup. We get some money. Adam John has at last confirmed that he's capable of matching the best managers to ever managed in England. Swansea are delighted with the work that we're doing. No Way Jose is out for 2 to 3 weeks. He will miss the Champions League final. The cover star is out of the final. Is that going to make a big difference? I hope not. But we do pick up our 3rd FA Cup in 4 years, I believe. In 5 years. No Way Jose is on form. The man who's on form in the game is going to miss the final. We're going to praise his quality of chances. A few scouts are out to try and sign our players. But, my friends, is No Way Jose's absence going to make a difference in the Champions League final? So there it is. We are the winners of the FA Cup. But I'm going to go through the week of build-up before the Champions League final. We're not going to do the final today. We're going to do that in the next episode. But we're going to go through the build-up, see if there's any more injuries or anything else interesting that happens in between. There have been some awards handed out for the league campaign. Orlando Girigori wins English Footballer of the Year. He's won Players Player of the Year. He's won Young Player of the Year. He has swept all the awards. He played 32 games in the league, 21 goals, 10 assists, with a 7.51 average rating. He has had a fantastic season. De Gea wins Golden Glove, but Milagres did come 3rd in the Golden Glove. We won Manager of the Year, and the Players Team of the Year, we had Milagres, Arthur, Boning, Nart, DeLuca, and Girigori. So a lot of representation from Swansea in the Team of the Year. We'll see if anything else interesting does pop up. You couldn't make it up. You couldn't make it up. Just as we were praising Girigori for having a fantastic year, he's out for 2 to 4 weeks with a damaged neck. He's going to miss the final as well. Arthur's picked up a knock in training, so he's going to be out for 2 days, but that's not the end of the world. We do have Ross Pugh to step up there. But our best striker, the man who's won all the awards this year, is going to miss the Champions League final. Swansea City will appear in only their 2nd Champions League final in the club's 114-year history when they play Manchester United on Saturday. We are 1 day away from the Champions League final. Roque Mesa is bigging up Mbappe, and to be fair with them stats, I would be as well. And Nigel Gibbs, our assistant manager, in the press, stating that it's going to be a massive impact having Girigori out for the Champions League final. So as far as team selection goes, and Shelby Johnson's picked up a knock. Just as I was going to go through the team, our team are falling apart when it comes to the Champions League final. Shelby Johnson, No Way Jose, and Girigori are all out of the Champions League final. Is there going to be any more? Is there going to be any more injuries? He's out for a week. I mean, we've got Trent, so it's not the end of the world. But I think we'll do a live team selection, I think, for the Champions League final. We'll go through it together. So what we'll do is we'll wipe out the team. We'll clean it all down. And we're going to do a team selection for the Champions League final. As far as the formation goes, we're going to stick to what got us here. We're going to go for our 4-3-1-2 on control, as I feel that's going to get us the best possible result in the final. Goalkeeper, we're going to have to stick with Timo Horn. He is our cup goalkeeper. He is the man that got us here. I would be very harsh on him if we didn't pick him for the Champions League final. Milagres is arguably a better goalkeeper, but we will play Timo Horn in goal. If we don't win it this year, I think we're going to, for the last year of Saving Swans, we're going to push Milagres in goal to try and get that result. Right back, with now Shelby Johnson out injured, Trent, I think, is our only option at right back. I say only option. He is a very good right back, so we're not going to be losing any quality there. But Trent is going to be the man to play right back. Our ball-playing defender centre-back, it's going to be one man, Alexander Boning. He's been there for a few seasons now. He has established himself as one of the best ball-playing defenders in the world. Everybody wants to sign him. Nobody will. In fact, he is wanted by Real Madrid. So we'll look. You can look how many players on my team are wanted. But we're going to play Boning at centre-back. His partner, it was going to be between Arthur and Ross Pugh, but it is going to be Ross Pugh, one of our own from our youth academy. He has stepped up this season. He is the same stars as Bonin. He certainly has made a difference. And it's nice to see Swansea's own Ross Pugh, who plays for England, don't ask me how that works out, be in the starting lineup for a Champions League final. Left back, there's kind of only one option there, and it is Luke Nart. Again, 4-star left back there. He has done well this season. He loves to bomb up and down them wings. He loves to cross them in for the players. So he's picked himself into a starting role. Midfield, Cariello, I believe, is going to be the first one picked. It is indeed. And it's going to be, no, not Pineda. It's going to be Zachary Paul, the man who scored an absolute worldie in the FA Cup final, and it's only fair that he gets the call up. He is first choice in that Cariello role. Again, 4-star role ability. He knows how to work that position to its finest. The man from Australia, the wonder kid, the man we signed for. Let's check how much. Let's just have a check. £1.6 million. Plucked him from Melbourne City. No one knew who he was. My scouts randomly threw a scout report to my face, and we signed him for an absolute steal of a price. And Zachary Paul is going to be starting in the midfield. Deep line playmaker, it's going to be one man, Diego. He's kicked up a fuss recently about wanting to move, but we've managed to convince him to be part of the Swansea City project. He's a 4.5-star deep line playmaker. He's wanted by Bayern, Barcelona and Real Madrid. All the top clubs are in for him, but he is Swansea's man. He's going to be sitting deep, pinging the balls in to the strikers and to the advanced playmaker. So he's certainly going to be one to keep an eye on. Mazzella, we're going to play Fabio De Luca, the Argentinian regen. He is the staple of Football Manager, the one you pluck from South America and get him in the team. We only signed him for, how much do we sign him for? £9 million from Boca Junior. And as I say, if you've played Football Manager, you just know you've got to scout South America to get the best players. And he has been a sensation since being with us. The key thing about Fabio De Luca you all got to remember is 19 long shots. He's got it in his locker to ping in those balls. As much as we all think it's Zachary Paul, it's actually De Luca who's the man with the long shots there. But he is going to be in that Mazzella role. He's going to be helping Nart on the wing, drifting into these sort of positions to help with the players up front. This is where it gets difficult, because we know Girigori's out. We know No Way Jose is out. So as far as advanced playmakers go, these are the options we have. Altabama, Gomez, Pineda and Rog. Even from looking at this, the choice is clear who we're going to play, and that's Thomas Altabama. He's only been in the team this season. This is a guy that Bayern Munich threw out and said they didn't even need anymore. We signed him for, what was it, 21.5 mil, and he has scored 10 goals and 6 assists in the games he's come on, and he has arguably been second choice to No Way Jose. So this is a man with a lot to prove. If he wins the Champions League, he'll be sticking it to Bayern Munich and say, this is what you're missing out on. This is why I should be playing at the top level. He is a 4-star current ability himself, and he has still got room for improvement. So he could potentially be better than No Way Jose. So I don't think we're losing in quality by having Alterbomber there, but he will be the advanced playmaker against Man United. So the 3 strikers we have to choose from: Yomar, Aradori and Nathan Evans. This, I think, is the hardest decision because we have Yomar. Now, Yomar's a very interesting case because you look at his stats and you think to yourself, this guy is the man. He is probably one of the best strikers we have at the club. And according to the comparison, the coaching staff think he is. And he has scored 90 goals in 150 league appearances. You know, he has been banging in the goals for fun. But there is a little asterisk next to Yomar. He doesn't like playing in big matches. We played him in the Champions League final last time, and he absolutely bombed. He was a 5-point something coming off the bench. So I'm very concerned in playing Yomar in this game. Aradori, I feel, is a starter. He will be playing. I think I'm going to play him as either target man or advanced forward, depending on who I pick to go alongside him. Aradori, I think, is going to be our best chance of getting some goals. He's scored 20 goals in 26 league games, or 26 appearances, 5 off the bench as well. 17 assists as well. He scored 40 goals in 58 appearances in the league. He is our main man with Girigori being out. So he's got himself a place. So it comes down to Yomar or Nathan Evans. Nathan Evans, one of our own, come from our youth academy. He is banging in the goals for fun himself. If we look at his career stats, he was the man that came. He had his debut in the Champions League. He scored on his debut in the Champions League. We've got it on camera. Go back and watch the episodes. So we have a lot of affinity to this player. We've sent him on loan to develop. He didn't have the best of times. We tried keeping him as a third choice, but he wasn't really good enough. It was this season here at Stoke in the Championship that made him a starter. He got 24 goals and he hasn't looked back since. 14 goals last season, 9 goals this season. He scored 17 goals overall in all competitions. Is Nathan Evans the man? He's not as good as the other strikers. They even think that Fabio De Luca is better than Nathan Evans. But who do we go with? Who do we go with up front? I'm going to leave that on a cliffhanger. I'm sorry to do it to you guys. The only reason I'm doing it is I don't know myself. I'm going to have a think myself and see who's going to start up front. So if we sort it by that, that is our starting lineup so far. We might as well put the subs in. Milagres is going to be our sub goalkeeper. Who have we got on the bench? Arthur's not fit to make the bench. So Lucas, the man we brought in on loan, we haven't played him at all, is going to be... Oh, actually, Arthur is fit. Arthur is fit. But we are going to still stick with Ross Pugh. I've totally missed him, but he is fit. But as he's been injured, we're not gonna risk him. We're gonna put Target on the bench. Oh, we don't want to make him a striker. We're gonna take him off. We're gonna bring Target on the bench for our third sub. He's gonna give us some choice at left back. In fact, I'm gonna change my mind. I'm about Cabrera there because Cabrera can play left back. He's a natural left back now, so he can step in left back if need be. So Cabrera is going to make the bench. I'm sorry, Matthew Target. You've just missed out on the team. Midfield position. Ziquinha is going to be the man to be the Cariello sub. And we're going to bring on Marco Rog, I think. Or do we do Pineda? Pineda's more fit. We're going to bring Pineda on the bench as Marco Rog is looking a bit jaded on there. We've made a promise to Marco Rog as well that if we get a bid of 48 million, we'll sell him. Which is fair enough, really. I'd sell him for 48 million. Attacking midfielder, we haven't really got many options there. So I think Marco Rog's going to have to be sub number 6. Because Target, Lucas, Gomez is injured. I don't want to risk him. So, unless we put Yomar... Well, it's either going to be Yomar or Nathan Evans on the bench anyway. So, the only player we've not picked is the advanced forward. Who, well... If we pick Yomar, we'll put him as target man and move Aradori to advanced forward. If Nathan Evans plays, he will be advanced forward. So I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to come back next time for the Champions League final. Who are we going to play up front? Is the absences of Johnson, Noe, Jose and Girigori going to make a difference? Is it going to be finally our year to win the Champions League? You got to tune in next time to find out. Leave a like if you enjoyed, guys. Subscribe to the channel for more Football Manager 2018 content. We upload Saving Swans every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 4 PM GMT. And you do not want to miss the next episode, guys. The last game of the season. It's the Champions League final against Manchester United. Thank you very much for watching.